Yay!
There's Forrest FaceTiming in.
FaceTiming in.
Ida. And Remington. 3-person audience. And there you go, Jessica.
All right, so my name is Jessica. I'm going to be talking about organics for my persuasive speech today, and let's get started. So for my persuasive speech, I'm going to talk to you about why everyone should go organic. So let me introduce you to the beautiful world of eating healthier. Let's jump right into non-organics. In non-organics and what they mean, I'm going to talk about pesticides, GMOs, and then some facts about both of those. So pesticides. In an attempt to better feed a large population, food has become pumped with harmful chemicals such as pesticides that cause cancer, heart disease, and etc. And a pesticide basically is a simple chemical that is sprayed on plants to kill bugs and increase the speed of growth in plants. And it has many negative effects on the body and has been proven to increase the chance of most cancers, also productive harm and endocrine failure. So in long story short, they have lots of harmful things. All right, so GMOs. So a GMO stands for genetically modified organism, hence GMO. It is any organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. Because genetically engineering foods is relatively new, little is known about the long-term effects and safety of GMOs. And many GMO-related foods are linked to many weird things such as increase in allergic reactions, antibacterial resistance, which weakens the immune system, and even cancer. So I just want to add in some facts about both of those. So this is kind of a hard word to pronounce, but I'll try my best. Organophosphate pesticides disrupt nervous system enzymes in insects and humans that cause paralysis and death. And in World War II, organophosphate pesticides were used as nerve agents against the Germans, Italians, and the Japanese. So this is something that they're putting in our food, and they used them to kill people back in the World War. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I wanted to talk about that. So also another fact I read was any organism that can be genetically modified, but laws restrict the creation of genetically modified humans, and the production and distribution of other GMOs is tightly regulated. So we being organisms, we could be altered because GMOs are technically just altered by DNA and humans have DNA. So yeah. And that is mine on non-organics. So my next slide is just a little definition of organic so you can better understand what it means. So define organics. Organics are made of natural matter or food or farming methods produced or involving production without the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, or other artificial agents. So you might ask, what makes a product organic, and then how would I tell the difference if I'm going shopping at a supermarket? So what makes a product organic? Produce can be called organic if it's certified to have grown on soil that had no prohibited substances applied for 3 years prior to harvest. As for organic meat, regulations require that animals are raised in living conditions accommodating their natural behavior, like the ability to graze on a pasture, fed 100% organic feed and forage, and not administered antibiotics or hormones. When it comes to processed multi-ingredient foods, the USDA organic standards specify additional considerations. Regulation prohibits organically processed foods from containing artificial preservatives, colors, or flavors, and require that their ingredients are organic with some minor exceptions. So say you go to the supermarket and you can't tell the difference between an organic or a non-organic food. So I took some notes to help you tell the difference, just in case they're not labeled, which they should be. So non-organic foods, especially in produce, are much larger because of the added growth hormones. In canned items, non-organics may last longer because of additives to increase shelf life in order to gain profit for that supermarket. Dairy and meat will not last as long because they are organic, meaning that they are fresh and not usually frozen, or, they're just like, in terms of seafood, they're going to be caught that day or something like that. All right, and the last thing I'm going to talk about is benefits of going organic, because I think that's probably one of the most persuading topics to talk about when talking about organics. So you ask, what are the benefits to eating organics? I'll tell you. You want to be healthier. So people who eat more organic food tend to follow a healthier overall diet with higher consumption of fruits, veggies, and whole grains, and lower consumption of meat. I know that a lot of people from the South who I'm talking to right now are not very fond of eating less meat, but it obviously makes it a little bit healthier to eat less red meat, but that's a whole nother topic. So adults who eat organic food more frequently are less likely to be overweight or obese, Higher organic food consumption may be associated with a lower risk of childhood allergies. I thought that was pretty interesting. And a few animal studies suggest that consuming organically grown feed rather than conventionally grown feed may support a healthy immune system in future generations. So if you eat healthier, you're more likely to show your kids how to eat healthier, and so on and so on and so on. And then lifestyle. So why eating organic can improve your quality of life. So organic farms are proven to enhance water and soil quality and also reduce pollution. It has been argued to increase life expectancy even by a few days, but it's still longer than what it's expected without being organic. It reduces the chances of any chemical-related illnesses such as cancer and promotes a healthier body to which gives you more energy, allowing you to do the things that you love. And then lastly, I just included my sources. I'm going to let her look at that for a second. All right, so this is what I talked about today for organics. I talked about non-organics, defining organics, the benefits of eating organic, and my sources. So if you were clueless about what organics are right now, I hope that you have a better understanding after this presentation. So I'm done.
Yay!